Yeah, let's see how this plays out. I don't play a whole ton of high elves. And it looks like our armies are close to the same.
We will obey.
Spearmen.
So putting a few more spears on this side so that they can't just...
White lions.
our opponent here can't just run over us.
Ready. My power is yours.
We'll have our sisters
Awaiting
way far back.
orders. Yes.
I'm pretty sure they don't need to be that close
Orders.
to our front line here.
Orders received.
And then as a second line of defense, sort of our reserves, we'll have the White Lions. You can sub in for the spears if Saurus come this way. And we have Rangers to chase after any skinks that we see.
Spearmen.
There we go. And yeah, we really have to focus. There you go, Neckbet. So we really have to focus on taking good engagements with our infantry here. We do not want spearmen fighting Saurus. We mostly want them to support from big threats, like we got an ancient salamander and we have a solar engine. Taking a shot at my rangers there. It looks like already killing 6 of them.
Seeking the foe. We will obey.
And that salamander is gonna put some hurting on my spears.
For duty.
Now, Dragon Princes here,
My power
not too
is
afraid of that fire damage.
very well.
Do have quite a bit of
Stop.
resist.
We away. It shall be done.
And that's a Slan of Life.
Awaiting
So sisters
orders.
actually need to move up here. And let's net that solar engine.
Sharoy Lecky. Awaiting orders.
And start putting in
I know the
some
way.
pain. Techless, you need to heal up desperately.
March. Forward. I go.
And we can start moving our Dragon Princes up with our Spearmen.
Techless. Making my way.
Okay, so that solar engine,
Quickly now.
very nearly down. Got the Legion of Chippewa.
Without
Probably
fail.
gave it some missile resist.
For duty.
Orders.
Can I be praised? Ever vigilant.
And right now we're just trying to outtrade these skirmishers.
Understood.
Our spears are going to keep moving up.
Loyal.
We want to put our spearmen in front. I'm not really sure who's
Turian guides us.
taking the better trade here. I believe I am, which is why I'm not advancing.
We will obey.
But my opponent also believes that they are taking a better trade.
Onward. We will obey.
Okay, brace the spears,
For Assyrian.
and then charge in that cavalry.
Onward.
Spearmen.
Spearmen can now move up,
Understood.
and these guys can probably start taking some fights.
I
Meanwhile,
go.
Techless, you should go heal up those Dragon Princes,
Louis.
and they should start cycle charging.
Of course.
Our sisters really just annihilating the Legion of Chippewa there.
Ahain Kadej.
What's going on here? We have a whole big cavalry fight,
Orders received.
and we have Saurus engaging our spears,
Assyrian
pull
guides
them
us.
back,
Assyrian willing. Halt.
Loyal.
and our spearmen taking a good trade
Making my
against
way.
his cavalry.
Dragon princes.
See, these Saurus warriors are holding.
I will obliterate
Let's
them.
pull back a bit there.
Attack.
And those Saurus warriors are skirting past
Onward.
my
Assyrian
White
guides
Lions.
us.
So
Swiftly. Swiftly. It
let's
shall be
move back some Dragon Princes
done. As you say.
to run them down. But wow, it looks like
We go.
those sisters actually managed to save themselves.
Kill them.
Yes.
No problem there.
Obtaining order.
Orders understood.
And now we have another good engagement coming up.
Scython.
Hear me.
I'm not really sure where I want to use the spell. We're really wasting it on skink cohorts.
Words. Ever
But yeah, I'm not sure really where I want to use fiery convocation. In fact, it looks like we're about to hit our own spearmen.
Asura, move.
Really, the cast
My
time
power is yours.
feels a little bit
As you
long
say.
To battle.
and not especially worth it. But hey, look at that. Our dragon princes are relatively healthy. We'll top them up.
Ken Louis,
And the Sisters of Avalorn are holding great. You can tell that they really paid for themselves thanks to that ammo loss. The fact that they have so little ammo means that we have successfully defended them from anything our opponent could have thrown at us. Basically, he took a bunch of chameleon skinks, but I don't think they were trading nearly as well as our sisters. Now we are hoping that he has a very small army here. Taking a look. Yes, he has a smaller army than us. Mostly thanks to the fact that we have so many goblins, though. I'm sure he also has a 20 stack of units. Now the deciding factor here is whether or not I can defend all of these goblins. I'm not entirely confident myself, since that is a lot to defend. But yeah, we're really banking on Alfredino here, having gone for heavy melee front. Okay, and I believe we're ready. Goblins will last approximately 10 seconds. Yeah, we really have to make sure that they stay safe. So mainly whatever comes down the middle, we're going to shoot with this nice concave here. And anything that comes through the flanks will have to face our cavalry. So hopefully this works. Yeah, we have a nice 20 stack of basically 50% goblins. My front line is super flimsy though, so these cavalry are they're gonna have their work cut out for them. Possibly I have taken too many. But we'll see. As long as fear and terror aren't involved. Yeah. If he just goes for a bunch of stone trolls, that would already be pretty bad, but we'll send in our cavalry, we'll send in the spider. Hopefully that holds them down. And here we go. So it looks like we got some archers, we got some stone trolls, some savage orc big guns. Nice. This is almost exactly what we were looking for. We have a black orc big boss. Let's just test to make sure that Alfredino here and dodge. Let's see. Come on. Shoot him. He's juking. And we get some very minor damage there. Now let's try to get our archers on this flank. And I just noticed he has basically no cavalry. So these guys can cycle charge to their heart's content. Okay, nice. We have Warzag over there. Okay. Ooh, and a big hit on our archers. He's pulling back the flank. And we will pull back ours. And we have a break in the front line. Okay, now is the time when we see our archers can kill stone trolls or not. And we need to use our cavalry superiority to deal with these archers. Where's Warzag? There he is. Nice. Oh, and our goblin big boss needs to be doing stuff. There we go. Nice, look at that archer fire. Going to put in even more fire. And our archers are rallying. We've pinned down his, and hey, we got some stone trolls running for their lives. Now we got savage orc big guns. They need to be shot up. And our goblin big boss, he needs to be chasing some trolls. Oh, looks like our goblin big boss caught in a little bit of a precarious situation. Okay, we routed off some of those guys. Now we got some more. Got a few more big guns that need to be shot. Where's our shaman? He needs to get over there and rout them. Come on, chase them off. Nice, so we were chasing off some stone trolls now. And there are some savage orcs over there. They should get terror routed in just a second. Our goblins can pressure the archers. Balance of power actually doesn't like us here. Not sure why. See this guy, keep running. And those archers need to start running too. Let's see. This goblin great shaman is really gonna put in some work for us, I feel. With those terror routes and so on. And come on, you gotta keep chasing those trolls. Keep on chasing them. Okay, those savage orcs are back. But we're able to lay down some fire on them. We have some archer fire coming our way. Let's see, yep. So this is good. We're keeping that black orc distracted. Let's see, get our cavalry in on those archers. Nice. Warzag won't be casting for the next 15 seconds. Okay. Our flank here actually isn't the best. Actually down on quite a few archers. This guy needs to get back into the fray as soon as possible. And our shaman needs to get on top of those archers. Nice, a good snare from Alfredino. Okay, and we have the stone trolls are coming back in. Okay, we've routed off some of the archers. And this is a close game. We don't want our Goblin Great Shaman to overextend here, so we're actually going to pull him back. and take another shot at Wurzag. Slow down those stone trolls while we shoot them. Okay, and this guy is on a quest to kill Wurzag. Let's see, where is he? Did we kill him? He's routing. Okay, the trolls have connected. Can we get a terror route before the Black Orc Big Boss shows up? Yes, yes we do, nice. Okay, well, that's pretty big. And we'll have Wurzag dead in just about a second. The Black Orc Big Boss can now get killed by our Goblin Shaman. Our Spider Riders need to get into position. Nice, Wurzag getting chased down. Let's speed up our little goblin there. Come on, chase off those trolls. Nice, and it looks like we've killed off Wurzag. And GG! Wow, that was a game. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we got a lot of fire on those stone trolls there. Like a whole ton of fire. Got them routed pretty quickly. We also got a bunch of fire on the savage orcs. And all in all, I think that worked out pretty well. Look at that. Stone trolls at 14 and 41 kills. They did not pay for themselves. Okay, so loading into the game. We are Greenskins versus Alfredino's Empire. We have brought a pretty skirmish heavy army. Not skirmish heavy, but ranged heavy. Given that we have 4 skirmishers, 2 rock lobbers, and a bunch of cavalry. Defend all of that. But Empire isn't really known for their crazy infantry. So even though we've spent pretty little on our front line, I am expecting that we'll be able to do pretty well here. For the Empire army, we are expecting a healthy number of skirmishers and maybe artillery, but from Alfredino, I wouldn't really be expecting that. Could also bring a Luminarch, so we'll have to see about that. He's bought it just a couple of times. It looks like we're stuck in the waiting to finish. And okay, man, that was strange. It was a really long loading time. And wow, looks like I have a little bit of lag, which is a bit strange. Alfredino. We've played a bunch of games before for training. So it's a little bit unusual that we have this much lag. It's better than a lot of games that I've played before. So should be able to endure. So we got a whole ton of mobility here. Going to put our expensive skirmishers in the middle so that they have a lower chance of taking damage from things like pistoliers and so on. And okay. Let's see what he has in store for us. Solid 700 and about 80 troops. Which feels pretty small. We might be facing a heavy skirmish army. Or a heavy cavalry army. Not the worst thing in the world. We do have our 2 rock lobbers. We'll see how we can handle it. We also have this tiny little Night Goblin Shaman to spam Vindictive Glare on any Outriders that we see. Okay, as long as he is ready, then we can go in. And looks like he's ready. Let's do this. And it looks like we got 2 cannons. Cool. We'll move up our army and start shooting at these Knights of the Blazing Sun. And wow, it is just a little bit laggy. Wait, who's this curved bubble? Are we even playing against? You have a random spectator here. Yeah, hopefully our spectator here drops out, since yeah, you can get some very laggy situations like this. Let's hope he does drop. Yeah, it is crazy laggy. Curve bubble, if you are in chat, please do drop. All right. Yeah, can we kick the oh man, I wish there were some more lobby controls. Maybe Alfredino can get them. Okay, there we go. I think we are good now, and wow, look at that. Much better. Alrighty. With that little detour out of the way, we're going to move on to Azag getting shot like crazy by a bunch of to be huntsmen. Okay, here we go. Game is underway, and our rock lobbers actually trading pretty well into those Knights of the Blazing Sun. Fran's moving in. Not sure what he's doing, and that's a fireball. Ooh, and a very close dodge by Azag. Our skirmish cavalry is going to take to the flanks. Those huntsmen aren't too much of a problem. And we're going to keep firing at that right wizard. And is that even Franz? That's Boris. Now, every time I see a griffin, I think it's Franz. Now, our boar boys are taking some fire, but no problem at all. They're going to be chasing off those huntsmen. Looks like we have a cavalry engagement happening. I'm totally fine with that. We're going to keep going for the caster snipe. A pretty dirty tactic, but a common one and an effective one that you usually see employed. Oh my gosh, and take a look at these fanatics, everybody. And there we go, we have fanatics completely grinding away. Never mind. The Sons of Sigmar actually took not too much damage. In fact, our fanatics are actually killing our cavalry now. But nevertheless, we will continue on. Azag charging in on Boris, and we're going to have our whoa, is that a burning head? I believe it is. But it's okay, we actually won it. Nice. And nice. Okay, well, there was a lot of stuff going on at the same time. A whole ton of stuff, but I think really those cannons did not fare very well versus build. And that bright wizard was gonna die soon, so not a whole ton of magic left for Alfredino. Our cavalry putting in a whole lot of work. I think build wise, this one was pretty vicious. But yeah, with that, we are now seeing a whole ton of orc greenskin cavalry, which prior to, we didn't see a whole ton of greenskins in general. But the latest patch really brought them up to speed. And hopefully, the patch for the Wood Elves, and I have heard a lot of people are predicting Skaven to be the second faction for the DLC. Hopefully, that DLC will bring Skaven and Wood Elves up to snuff for multiplayer. Okay, we're about ready. But yeah, I would really like to see Wood Elves and Skaven having a little bit more representation. Right now, you only see them played by the most dedicated of players, like Hadri's and Chosen One for Skaven, or Zyphos for Wood Elves. But people typically don't really take them for counter picks. Well, Falcon also plays Wood Elves too, but yeah, they're not super common. What do we got? We got a light wizard. Okay, we'll lay some hurt. And wow, it looks like we have very badly mismicroed our skirmish cavalry. And it looks like our opponent here actually... come on. Here we go. Yeah, he put a net down on one of them. On our our AP archers there. Which was pretty painful. But they live with 29 models. So they will be able to continue putting on a good amount of hurting. Now we are outgunned, even though we have our artillery here, since our skirmishers are down. And there are 4 huntsmen doing quite a bit of damage. Okay. Those guys are charging in. And we're going to slow them down, push in, since I do believe we have a nice cavalry advantage. And Azag is going to go ahead and chase that light wizard. Meanwhile, our skirmishers and our heavy cavalry on the flank is going in. And let's throw out some fanatics that way towards those archers. There we go. Taking those guys out. And let's give that light wizard some pain while we move in our front line to engage. It looks like we actually did a pretty bad job catching all those archers there, as they are still running about. Let's see if we can change that, along with finishing off that light caster. Oh, we do not want to get into a stuck fight with his lord. Okay, and we're actually running really low on the winds of magic front. Let's take another shot at the light caster. Send our lord in towards him. And these guys are about to break, which they do. Okay, we're now going to chase off the light caster. Now our artillery can shoot at those huntsmen. Our skirmishers have all routed off. This is looking a little bit rough, specifically because his lord is so healthy. We almost have some fanatics back. But wow, we only have 1 unit of cavalry left. It looks like us not being able to dive those archers really is giving us some trouble here. That light wizard should be off in just about a second. Wow, those huntsmen. They really know what their priorities are. And oh no, we can't use our fanatics anymore. But okay, we have our artillery. They're shooting nicely into those units. And Franz is coming in. Dive in on my cavalry by the looks of it. I don't know if he wants to do that. And by Franz, I mean Boris. I always mean Boris. Okay. So he's gone in on our caster here. But we popped a wall. And we're going to try to make a big play. To deal with Boris over there. But wow, look at those archers. That's such low ammo. Looks like this is game. But we're going to land Azag and see if he's able to pull it through for us. We were down all of our cavalry. And yeah, I would put the blame on me not dealing with those huntsmen. But wow, look at that Azag with the heavy damage on Boris. Just needs to finish him off though. Come on, get him routed. Get him routed. There we go. Nice. That might actually win us the game there. And our rock lobbers are still putting in a lot of damage on those huntsmen. We put in some cavalry. Stop his. Okay, nice. And now we just have to babysit Boris off the map. Azag, you can go ahead and chase him. And we're going to start cycle charging that infantry. Wow, this might actually, we might get a pretty sick comeback here. Okay, charge in on those spears. We have some goblins over there. Okay, nice. So he's stuck on Boris. And we desperately need to kill that cavalry. Wow, those huntsmen. A huge pain. And yeah, if we kill this cavalry, we might be able to just get in some heavy cycle charging. You really want to kill the cavalry though. And come on. Get Boris off the map so that these guys rout. Oh geez, it looks like they might not rout. It might come down to Azag. Okay, it's coming down to Azag. Ooh dear. Let's see, we're going to manual fire. Since we're waiting for Azag to come back and we have nothing else to do. And you can manual fire even when the artillery is occupied. Oh, so close. So close. Okay, so we actually have some skirmishers coming back. We're going to bring them together along with our small force of cavalry who might be able to rout off these archers. Would be good for us for sure. And our glorious cavalry charging in. They take a bunch of shots from the huntsmen and they break. Ooh, that's rough. That's real rough. Well, Azag, it is up to you. Can you rout off the enemy? We're going to... Oh! Dodge, Azag, dodge. Okay. Those huntsmen are looking ready to rout. And they do. And we've routed off those guys, and we're going to rout off these archers. Our goblin, we do not want him to run. And okay, we can't disengage because of the tournament rules, which means that may very well be the end of Azag there. Come on. Oh, and he takes a huge volley from the huntsman, and GG. GG, wow. That was a close game. A valiant defeat indeed. Oh man. Yeah, we had a misplay. In that with our massive cavalry force, we were not able to shut down a couple huntsmen. I think we could have done a little bit better jumping on top of them. And but we almost had a comeback when we landed Azag and sniped out Boris with that very nice charge bonus. But sadly, that comeback was not enough to make up for those very well defended huntsmen. Okay, we are on Tower of Hoeth again. A pretty nice map for some sneaky Night Goblin play. Hopefully they'll be able to run into the back and disable the archers. With a blob build like this, basically you want to hit a single point with all of your monstrous units, in this case the Arachnarok Spider and the Stone Trolls, while you take your infantry and they move around to shut down the archers. Since the archers are the main threat against your blob. Also have a rock lobber here, just as they are very efficient. And this should pay for itself pretty quickly in that if we see any dragon princes, I'm sure we'll do pretty well. Also has some nice debuffs. Minus 24 melee defense. So in a blob fight, that could come in handy, we shall see. Okay, we'll spread these guys out, put the Black Orcs on the side, since we're putting most of our strength over there. We also have the Fanatics to support. So if there is any sort of counter blob, should be able to win it out, since we've put a whole ton of money into our powerful left flank over there. And there we go. I believe we are ready. Okay. And hello, Martinol 87. So we have a very a build, a style that I am not especially used to. Basically, we're going to go for a flank overload blob fight. And it looks like we have some bolt throwers to help. Oh, and there we go, some Pyroborn, which really do not want to get hit by that catapult. We also have Imric. He really does not like getting hit by archers. So we are going to hit him with a bunch of archers. Okay. Now these guys are going to push through the middle. Ooh, and we could have gone some very nice fanatic shots there on those Lothern Sea Guard. Okay. The fighting commences, and I'm already not feeling the most confident in the world. Those archers are moving back, but hey, we can actually punish the rangers now. Okay. You know what? Those guys are going to go on the Sea Guard. And we're going to take care of these rangers. These other rangers are coming in. And oh dear, Imric has landed. But okay, he's actually taken a good amount of damage. Stone trolls put in a little bit more work over there. And okay, we are feeling a lot more confident now. Since we have some rangers engaged with the goblins over there, they can retreat. Have our blackworks shutting down the these sea guard. Our archers are moving in on Imric, and that catapult, that rock lobber, is doing very good against those fireborn. There we go. We routed off that group. And now we move into the fireborn. We're going to talk a wah to really get a whole ton of damage on them. And let's keep... Oh, wow. Those night goblins did a very bad job over there. What are these guys? Just normal spearmen. Yeah, we can push right on through them. And nice, those rangers overextended. And the dragon has landed. A good thing we have immune to psychology. But our shaman, not looking so hot. He just took a lot of damage. He's going to try to escape, but he actually gets pinned down and killed. And by killed, I mean routed. So not the worst thing possible, but pretty bad. Let's bring in some stone trolls from the flank to try to protect them. And Imric is really stuck. We'll throw down a debuff. And that should be the end of him. He's taking a whole ton of damage. He has our goblin big boss chasing him down. The fireborn are coming in. They are not going to like these fanatics. There we go. You can see that little group here. The fanatics spawning right on top of them. Takes them out almost instantly. Remember, this unit right here, that 8-peak loonies, one of the best units because of those fanatics. But yeah, this Hammer of Gork, I think, really carried there, since a big threat to all of our infantry was the Fireborn. But they just took so much damage that they really couldn't do anything. 20 kills, but basically all Dragonborn. Worked out pretty well. And yeah, this game is very over unless Imric pulls off a miracle. But with this many trolls and immune to psychology, I don't believe he's going to be routing anytime soon. I mean, I don't believe he's going to be routing my army anytime soon. Unless there's like a crazy AoE that I don't know about. Oh, those dragon princes coming in, charging into some black orcs. Look at that. But wow, those black orcs, they really fight back. And GG. Wow. Yeah, that was quite the game. I was a little bit worried at the start. Those bolt throwers were putting in pretty good damage into our lord, and he didn't get to spend all of his winds of magic. But I think we did a good job taking good fights with these rangers. You can see one of them got 120 kills. Actually, oh, I think they chased off that entire unit of goblins. That's why they're at such high health. But if you look at the other rangers, a lot of them got hit by stone trolls and routed off the map shortly after, which really helped us out. Shut down those Lothorn Sea Guard. The dragon princes were dealt with. It all worked out pretty well there.
Without fail.
Okay.
Spearman.
Cool.
Northern Sea Guard.
Cool. And these chariots are going to do a wonderful job versus any black orcs we see. Alfredino has 927 troops. So not too many. We can expect a similar army to what I had brought,
For duty.
which is nice. That is what we are expecting. Let's see. Oblivion recently learned that the regiment of renowned Lothran Sea Guard can move and fire. Are they useful? I don't see them a whole ton.
Northern
So,
Sea Guard.
and usually your Sea Guard,
It will be done.
moving and firing is good. But
Understood.
usually your Lothran Sea Guard are standing and firing a lot of the time anyways. So presumably it's not worth the cost. Especially since they probably can't retreat and fire at the same time. Which would be a much bigger change. Is it 360 arc? Yeah, then really that 360 arc is what you need. Because moving forwards with your range units is typically not what you're doing. A lot of the time. Oh, it looks like we do have a heavy skirmish army. Yeah, you're usually not moving forwards and shooting at the same time. Usually you want to be retreating. Now we have a whole bunch of stone trolls. And I do mean a whole bunch. And oh, would you look at that? There's a rock lobber over there.
Forward. Advance.
Seeking the foe.
Imric
Witness me.
against Grom the Paunch.
His name.
Ooh, nice. That's
Loyal.
pretty good. Now our lion chariots here
As you say. For duty.
can do a very good job screening.
For the dragons.
And Imric, you are going to hit
Ultimate
Grom,
mage.
give him
Understood.
a lot of pain.
Fair.
And oh my gosh, we have a rock drop.
We away.
Get out of there. Okay, nice. So we have successfully taken heavy damage on our most expensive units.
Bend to my will.
But par for the course. And our chariots are taking a whole
To all.
lot of damage from those skirmishers because we forgot about them. But hey,
Defending order.
we are
Kill them.
oh geez, it's hard to think.
Hear it there.
It is hard to think.
Guides us.
Lion chariots, you go back here. Archers, shoot those guys.
For duty.
Imric, you keep on living. In fact, you should retreat. Jeez, you're taking a lot of damage. Where are our chariots? Get on those black orcs.
Forward.
You guys also get on the black orcs. Archers, you shoot the trolls.
Will be done. We will obey.
And oh yeah, you are on a chariot.
Sight on.
Get
Hear me.
into that back line.
Yes. Glory is
Alright, so it
mine.
looks like we done goofed up
Moving out.
with this build.
I go then.
Northern
We
Sea
took a
Guard.
whole bunch of unnecessary damage,
Say, for all
but
cannibals,
maybe
they die.
we'll be able to rout off those stone trolls and the leadership,
A
apparently.
glorious challenge. By
And
Alariel.
Imric,
We advance. Move.
you're doing okay.
Orders received. Sign up.
But man, those
Ancestors.
skirmish archers are hurting us real bad. Okay, lion chariots, keep running.
Behold the majestic.
Keep on throwing down that healing. And we're going to try to shut down those rock lobbers.
Suffer my lance.
Now,
Follow
this is
the
pretty bad balance power-wise, but it's not the worst.
Wielder of
Imric
winds.
is a beast.
Doing my duty.
But wow, we lost our chariots in the north,
fury of the forged
which is very bad.
Prince ascend.
But hey, we routed off some more stone trolls.
Loyal. We go.
Now we can chase them off with those chariots.
For Alfwa.
Imric dealing with that goblin shaman.
Going.
Draw back.
Oh man, but losing our chariots is so bad.
For duty. Onward.
Let's see, where's Guam? Back, you know what, Imric, kill that hag.
Master of battle. Quickly now. Dragon's rage.
Let's see. Oh dear, Imric. No, he's
We
dead.
will obey. Death
Well,
to
that
all.
about spells doom for us.
Orders received.
But let's keep scrapping it. No, I'm confident that we'll be able to pull something through.
Draw back.
Shoot those stone trolls.
Setting forth.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing, we mismicroed our elite infantry
For
and
order.
let them get absolutely mauled by some spells there.
Battle awaits.
And then we also let Imric die, who is our main challenge to all these
Forward. Follow
archers here. I mean, not archers, all the lords.
Northern Sea Guard.
For the king.
But yeah, losing those lion chariots too. That was pretty bad.
Meet the foe.
For the
And
king.
yeah, that's GG.
Atta, withdraw.
For order.
Very well.
Man, and also just barely not being able to kill
Azor, withdraw.
that river troll hag. Also pretty bad.
Northern Sea Guard.
Oh wait, yeah, that is game. But Imric, wow, did he do a lot of damage there. I think if we had controlled better, could have done pretty good there. Wondering how many spears he's going to bring. Yeah, if our opponent Alfredino brings a whole ton of spears, will we be in trouble? Maybe not. I'm feeling we might not be in that much trouble if he brings a ton of spears. Since what we have going here, we have a lot of infantry to engage his. And when that happens, we can rush in with these wolf chariots. In fact, what happens if we put them in the forest? You'll still see them, okay. Yeah, we can rush in with the wolf chariots. And I feel like that should be good. Because the spears will be in combat, and then the wolf chariots still get their charge bonus. And if he brings a whole ton of spears, we'll still likely outnumber him. We can outflank them. There's a lot of options here. In fact, the biggest point is if we're going to have enough micro to actually control an army like this, because this is absolutely massive. This is a lot of units. And if you miss micro them, they will die pretty fast. So let's see if they're able to pull through. Alfredino, good luck, have fun. We have these rock loppers again. In fact, they might not even be that useful. We'll see. Okay, and he's ready. Let's do it. And wow, that is a large skirmish army. Okay, did an okay job dodging the initial volley of arrows. We have some Illyrian Reavers on their way to us. What are these? Silver Helms? Well, Silver Helms, you can face the rocks. Azag, I guess you can hit a Lithanar. And hey, would you look at that? We have got some guys in the forest. And that's the fake Lithanar, isn't it? Darn it. Is it the Unbreakable? Anyways, let's just keep moving up our army. And those are dragon princes. We really want to stay away from them. Okay. Have that lord coming on in. And we forgot to micro some of our chariots forward. But okay. Not too bad. And wow, our elite 4 cavalry's getting caught. But we are doing the same. Get those chariots onto those archers, will ya? Azag doing a lot of damage to this chariot, as you would expect. Those silver helms are taking a beating. The shadow warriors getting run over by chariots, feeling pretty good there. And we can run off those silver helms. Those dragon princes are really paying for themselves, but at least we're keeping them occupied. Chariots can go ahead and chase a Lithanar. Okay. And looks like that Mage of Death is going to make it out alive. Azag, it is your job to chase them down. Orc boys, go onto those dragon princes, sacrifice your lives so that we may hunt them down. I mean, distract them. Yeah, orc boys are rushing in to distract. And nice, we are beating up a Lithanar with Azag. Actually had enough fighting against his skirmish build where we could activate Wah. Feels pretty good there. And Azag putting in pretty good damage, but taking a bit of damage himself. For 4 cavalry going in, and let's throw him some fanatics. There we go. Those dragon princes are out of commission now. Nice, and the Lithanar is down, and that's GG. Now in this case, it mostly came down to the build. We had a very aggressive, very fast rush build, and that did not go very well for a skirmish build like this. Let's see, didn't you have one more Night Goblin unit? I think I did last time, so yeah, this one is a little bit of a different build. You don't have as many Goblin Spears, but I think it's close enough to test out Alfredino's theory against this build. Okay, so let's see how well that cavalry force fares or something like this. So we have fanatics to punish any cavalry charges that come in. We have archers to kill any dragons. Have a rock lobber. Also have Mogrub's mangy marauders to punish any dragons. Have our lord, a goblin great shaman. Vindictive glare. Really, this build is punishing dragons. Everything here is punishing dragons. Turns out, didn't realize it until I said it. But we can also do a bunch of damage to rangers, which are very common in this matchup. Now we do know that he is bringing a skirmish build this time. We'll be deploying as if it could be any high elf build. It's typically, we do not know. Okay, it looks like he's ready. Begin it. And whoa, would you look at that? It's a skirmish build. Whoa. So a little bit of dodging from our goblins. There's a limited amount of arrows for these high elf skirmishy type builds. So we're going to be really focusing. Oh, whoops. We let some reavers charge into our goblins. Hopefully we'll be able to punish them with our trolls over there. Have some silver helms coming in too. Okay, he's just laying on a whole ton of archer fire. But our strategy here is to weather out the storm and win with our blob, because if he has to come into melee, he's gonna have a really tough time. Getting some nice vindictive glares. And it's fine that our black orcs are taking archer fire. It is not fine that our archers are taking archer fire though. So we're just going to pull them back a little bit. Yeah, so he's hitting up our archers pretty well. And our goblin great shaman getting picked away slowly. Our rock lobber doing some really good damage. And we want him to be shooting our want him to be shooting. Whoa, this Reaver is coming in through the back. We want him to be shooting our infantry, since they will likely rout in any blob fight that happens. Wow, we took some damage. We dealt some damage to those Reavers there. And yeah, so we want arrows to go in on our infantry. And he wants to try cycle charging our infantry as much as possible. And arrows on our monsters. Basically just trying to take more efficient trades than our opponent. So far, we're doing pretty good. Our stone trolls are still at high health. Which means, and as long as the stone trolls are at high health, I don't believe he will be able to do much. Nice, releasing some fanatics. And don't get hit by your own fanatics. That Mage of Death needs to take more shots. The Shaman. Okay, we have Reavers charging in again. And these goblins can start bothering those cavalry that don't have any support. Nice, so these silver helms are looking real beat up. But we've done a pretty bad job keeping our archers safe. And it looks like we've just done a pretty bad job keeping our rock lobbers safe. So let's go ahead and get that defended. So it looks like he went in to rout off the rock lobber at the cost of these Reavers. We just need our goblins actually come in and shoot them with those AP missiles. So the storm is almost done. Those Reavers are nearly out of ammo. We still have all of our heroes. And wow, that Mage of Death took some damage. We're still shooting that cavalry. And it looks like he wants to move in for a charge on my goblins. I'm going to throw out some fanatics. And there we go. Fanatics keep them safe. And we dealt with the Reavers in the backline. We have one more casting of fanatics. Feeling pretty good there. And let's pressure those Fireborn. Black Orcs will happily take a fight with Illyrian Reavers. We pull back quickly. Still take a few losses. Our Shaman does need to be a little bit careful though. And these Shadow Warriors are almost out of ammo now. Like those Reavers take some damage. These ones are going to take some damage too because we have heroes there. And the mangy Marauders can go and bother that cavalry. So we've been reduced our what's it? A lot of our infantry has been pulled apart, but we still have our stone trolls who are very healthy. Our lord has taken some damage, but we've done a pretty good job at trading off against the cavalry. Really, it's just these dragonborn that will give us trouble, since they'll be able to really hurt the stone trolls. So our main goal right now is to deal with those fireborn. Alithanar is going to keep plonking away at our shaman, but not a problem, since he may very well live even with the Alithanar constantly putting in that damage. Going to take another shot at those dragon princes, and it looks like we killed one. Very small victory on our part. And our skirmishing archers are out of ammo. But okay, we're just going to stand here and take archer fire. The rules do say that you can stand your ground as long as it's not in the forest. So you can just take the remainder of the archer damage. Totally legal, since I don't think he's going to give us a fight anyways. Lithanar using up the last of his ammo. But okay, let's deal with those fireborn. Like I said, they are the main threat here. Now, where are my fanatics? There we go. And those fireborn should be charging in. Let's get them nice and lobbed up, and then drop nice fanatic bomb on them. You can see here that is a lot of damage on them. So these mangy marauders are actually still around. Let's have them do some cycle charging, and it looks like they get charged themselves. But okay, yeah, basically we set up a situation so that even though we were taking archer fire in the late game, we set it up so that our army would be able to survive a situation like this. And how do they survive a situation like this? They do it because of these very high HP stone trolls. And we let our black orcs take damage, since the cycle charging would be able to break them anyways. And we have our goblin big boss here, and our black orc big boss giving a whole ton of leadership buffs to make sure that our guys do not rout. So yeah, basically we set up for a late game fight. We damaged the biggest threats, which were the Fireborn and the Mage of Death. And yeah, it paid off well. Look at that. 2 Stone Trolls at full HP, and our hero is at full HP. He did take out the Goblin Great Shaman, which would be a pretty big threat there, but he only took out one of them. The GG. And we're just going to drown him in arrows. Oh dear, this is gonna go really bad, or it could go very good. It's sort of gambling that his army is not super wide. And it isn't. Oh my gosh, we have a chance.
Loyal.
This is brilliant.
Archers. It shall be done.
Now, some things might come out of the forest and give us some trouble, so we will deploy away from there. And we have our reavers on the flanks. Have a million archers.
Archers,
And we have one spear unit.
Loyal.
Wow.
it shall be done.
Wow, we're gonna get run over. I can tell already this is a terrible build. But maybe if we micro extremely well, we'll be able to pull through.
Dragon Prince,
Yeah, if cavalry just comes charging in, we have the Lothran Sea Guard.
Acknowledged.
Have Sisters of Avalorn.
Archers.
Prince Imric,
Okay, yep. There we go. Give them the good luck, have fun.
the Crown Prince ascend.
Yeah, so stone trolls are gonna melt. Spiders are probably the scariest thing for me. So I'll put the Sea Guard a little bit more on the sides. And the goal is that if the fighting happens, we're going to use the Dragon Horn. All of our Sea Guard are gonna have... They're gonna have 40... what's it? They're going to have 46 melee attack. And they will just grind up any archer, goblin spider riders on top of them. We also have Imric and this Mage of Life. Mage of Life will be back. But Imric can go ahead and chase down any lords and heroes that try to jump this beautiful army here.
Will be done.
So if Grom splits off from a blob and tries to kill them, we have Imric. So here we go. And wow, he has so few infantry. This is it. This is how you win. Just need an absurd amount of archers.
Yes, it shall be done.
And yeah, I do mean absolutely absurd. Yep, just keep marching up. Our Reavers are going to come in on the left flank and try to get onto that rock lobber.
Archers.
And okay,
Acknowledge.
there we go. We have Grom the Paunch. As expected, he's charging in.
The Phoenix rises. The dragons roar.
And these guys are going to go and delay as long as possible.
Ulfwan Mage. To war!
Okay, now we're going to focus fire down some stone trolls.
For order. Asur, attack. Calidor's
Okay.
chosen. Behold.
And as soon as their leadership gets low enough, wow, my Mage of Life is dying. Oh, jeez, rip. Okay, now we're going to give them fear. So everything causes fear now.
Orders received.
And yeah, our lines are getting completely overrun.
Asher, attack.
As expected. Where's my Mage of Life?
Of the winds.
Heal them up.
Epua, bend to my will.
Okay, so
Eradicate.
this experiment
Ulfwan Mage.
is not working as well as I would have thought.
Swiftly.
Ooh, I could have chased off those stone trolls. But hey, it looks like Imric's coming in.
Never fail.
And he's actually going to
Apace.
rout off those trolls.
To battle.
Where's my healer?
Going abroad.
Yep, just
Archers.
keep shooting the trolls. Imric is definitely going to kill off that guy. And we've killed the rock lobbers, and we're chasing off some trolls. Balance of Power, surprisingly enough, likes us.
Fury.
Nice, and we're chasing off those guys.
Menlui. Araya Menlui.
Make to Ulfwan
Okay,
proud.
and the river troll hag
Seaguard.
has
We
escaped.
advance.
That is a-okay. We have cavalry coming back in.
Moving out.
Now archers need to begin,
A glorious challenge.
need to start kiting off these greenskin units.
Ulfwan Mage.
Where's Imric? Stuck in fight.
And glory.
Seeking the foe.
Oh, okay. So some goblin shots came in. Okay, we've done those guys to rout. Oh, and our mage takes another huge hit. Heal yourself up.
As you say.
Okay, nice. So we've routed off those goblins. Imric, you are back on River Troll Hag hunting duty.
Battle calls.
Well, those guys
Understood. We will obey.
chase off them. Nice, bring the Reavers back in, and Imric, you are charging in. Let's get more cavalry back.
I go then. Going.
Without fail.
Ball sends me.
Okay, doing good, Imric. Just kill that hag.
Loyal.
Ooh, I wonder if putting a caster on a chariot would have been good instead.
We go. It will be done. Apace.
Okay, nice. We killed the hag. Use the horn.
Serve the king.
Okay.
Ulfwan Mage.
Okay, Imric, your next goal is to kill Grom. Do what Eltharion could not.
For duty.
Nice, look at that. We routed off some goblins there.
Ancestors.
This is totally the build. 100% the build that will win you games. So it turns out the Stone Trolls basically
Following Ethel.
did not die as quickly as we might have hoped.
Asa.
I think that was a pretty big problem there.
The dragon
But Imric is actually at pretty high health. Maybe,
High Mage.
maybe, just maybe,
the crown prince.
Imric is going to be able to carry here.
Winds of magic rise.
For all Calador.
Okay, so we have our hero squad. And they are going to deal with those stone trolls.
Behold the majestic
Because maybe
dragon prince.
the
Light of Calador.
Imric can pull through.
As you say.
Let's see, shoot,
Order.
kill those stone trolls.
Prince Imric.
We've committed our cavalry
Say, quickly now.
to fight them.
Glory is mine.
And it looks like Imric is not able to kill them. They're about to rout. But we've lost our cavalry force there. And our high mage also out. We still have a small archer group over there.
It shall be done.
Okay, so we have actually routed the trolls. Oh, that's a full unit. That's a full health unit of black orcs. That's pretty rough. I don't believe Imric will be able to carry us there. And GG. Okay, so basically, even with that many archers, we were not able to focus down the stone trolls. And they sort of just pushed through. Caused a lot of havoc. I think probably would have wanted some dragon princes if we wanted to deal with split up stone trolls. There was still a rock lobber. But with that many archers, the fighting has to get started quickly. But yeah, so anyways, greenskins have a lot of options. They can take skirmish, they can go for cavalry, they can go for more defensive builds, although their rush is very strong. They have blobs of various types. They have strong single entities that can stay in fights much longer than the high elves. In general, it seems like a pretty tough matchup, but if you are skillful enough, you've seen that our games are pretty close. So, what's it? Yeah, our games are pretty close. So if you just make fewer misplays, that will also serve you pretty well. It looks like we have dragon princes. We want to shoot them. We also have a high mage. Is shooting a missile at our catapults, which, wow, it actually misses. With no effort on our part. It's nice. And yeah, this looks like just a heavy infantry rush with Tyrion. Cool. Let's see. Let's keep shooting at that high mage. And whoa, those are fire arrows coming down on the stone trolls.
Fanatics away! One in! Moving fast!
Black orcs very much want to be taking a fight against rangers. Let's see here, sort of playing that out incorrectly there. Have some reavers coming in on the side. Oh, those are Silverin. I see. Okay. We're going to blob them up with our goblins. And some Silverin over there too. No, our goblins are gonna get caught a tiny bit. Let's see. Ooh, it's hard to figure out how I want to position my troops here. But okay, Silverin. They are going to take a whole bunch of damage from Fanatics, which is very cost effective for us. And go ahead and rout them off. Some Rangers are going to have to fight Black Orcs. It's nice, but we've lost our right flank. And we, however, win off this fight over here. Going to disable Imric's abilities. And we are killing off those Rangers. Let's move in and have our Black Orcs keep fighting those Rangers. That's a very good fight. And we have that Chariot, who hasn't been able to do very much. Just sort of been staying back. Sort of wasted gold there. And they take a whole ton of damage from our Vindictive Glare. So okay, now with the cavalry very beat up and the front line sort of gone, we're happy to take the trade, losing our catapult to kill those archers, who have up to this point been doing pretty high damage to our... Oh, can't think. They've been doing high damage to our trolls. So let's sort of just run them over, why don't we? And for this chariot in the far back, actually bring back this goblin big boss. And he can very likely beat this high mage. So just sending him back. Sending him over there. There we go. Have some Fireborn coming in. Actually just hit them with the Vindictive Glare. And we can save our Fanatics. Okay, and now we can throw out the Fanatics. And oh my gosh, look at that damage. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Fanatics. 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 They are great. We're going to move in our wolves to charge into those rangers. And this goblin big boss doing pretty good against the mage. It looks like sacrificing our flank there paid off, since taking out a whole bunch of expensive troops from the high elves, and we are taking out those fire archers. Now we just need to reconsolidate our army, kill Imric, and there we go. And by Imric, I mean the High Mage of Life. Oh man, I've been playing too much Imric. Yeah, these these orc boys will make their money's worth chasing off those archers. There's no cavalry to really punish us. So, feeling pretty good there. We do have some silver helms, but I do expect them to be staying Nice. And close to us. Wow, those archers ran a really long time getting chased by trolls. But yeah, that was not enough. Hello, Zyphos. We are testing out how in the world to beat greenskins as high elves. So far, we've done a whole number of tests, but if you take the Fireborn, rock lobbers just punish them like crazy. Yeah, the rock lobbers. You really can't skirmish with them. You have many high elf builds here. Okay, well, yeah, I'm sure Zyphos, you figured it out. But at least between me and Alfredino, we have not figured it out yet. Just to go over some ideas, though. I think I really like the lines to kill black orcs. But I would like to ask you, Zyphos, what is your main counter to stone trolls? Would you say that Phoenix Guard are a good option here? Oh wow, they don't do fire damage. But anyways, Phoenix Guard. They have a ton of anti-large and a lot of AP. So if they actually end up fighting stone trolls, it's pretty good, but they're expensive. You're saying Fireborn are the best counter. Okay. But for rock lobbers though, do you just have to dodge them? Or what? What are your thoughts? Because what we were finding in our games was that as the greenskins, I could take, let's see here. Yeah, I could take a bunch of hammers. I could take the Hammer of Gork, and it would annihilate the Dragon Princes. Let's see here. Fireborn, best counter, you can kill artillery with Spirit Leech. Okay, I like it. I like it. Spirit Leech. Currently. Okay. Well, cool. Thank you very much, Zyphos. Whoops. Oh, I typoed there pretty badly. Anyways. Let's see. Even against Grom, would it still be good? Righty. Well, let's see here. Just checking something real quick. Yeah. I like it. In a lot of matchups where artillery can do a lot of damage to your cavalry, it is pretty good to take hit them with artillery before you actually send your cavalry in. So with high elves, I guess you could take a Lore Master of Hoeth and get Spirit Leech and Earthblood in the same bundle. Or maybe you can take a Life Caster and a Mage of Fire, and you can just fireball the artillery down. I feel like I would be pretty happy trying that